If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I am live streaming multiple places. At the moment, TikTok won't let me live stream over there. So, um, good morning. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Um, I am live streaming in multiple places. I've got Instagram on my phone, and I got YouTube on my MacBook Pro. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Lollipop. Good morning, Rainwood. Good morning, Judy Burke. And there are a couple others there. Now, interestingly enough, good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Rainwood. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Rob. Now, I am on YouTube and my Instagram account. Um, good morning, Monica. Good morning, Grandma. Good morning, Cody. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Debbie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Kim. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I love to know why you're on social media. If you want to drop that in the comments. Good morning, Ed. Good morning. Now, I'm on my phone on Instagram and I'm on YouTube on my MacBook Pro. I typically live stream on TikTok and YouTube, but TikTok is blocking me. And actually, I'm finding I'm liking Instagram a lot better. And Instagram, Teresa, you're from Pittsburgh. Good morning. Linda, you're from Ohio. Good morning. Good morning, Ted. Good morning. Is it E. Atkins? And whatever your name is on your account, and I'm looking on Instagram. Instagram does show me who's coming on. Good morning, Kim. You're from Jasper, Texas. Welcome. Good morning, DSK. Good morning, Jolena. And the way and Instagram does show me who's coming on. Ealing, New Jersey. Lucas. Good morning. Banana 6721. Good morning, Jordan. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Big Boss. I'd love to know anybody want Honey Lips, you're from Michigan. Okay. Good morning, Rosa, Fresno, California. It's about 7 o'clock in California right now. I am on the East Coast of the United States. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Joshua. How are you? And I am live streaming in multiple places, and very soon I'm actually going to be living on 3 places at once. Good morning. I'm doing 2 right now. Good morning, S. Con is what do people call you? Good morning, SBB. Good morning, Lisa. Okay, I am on, and Joshua, you're from Austin, Texas. I am on social media. The reason I'm on social media is I do online marketing and making money from home. I'm teaching, and I teach people how to do the same thing. If you're on my Instagram account following me, you know I post 3 videos a day. If you're on my TikTok account, you know I post 3 videos a day. If you're on my YouTube channel, I go live every day. I did have a glitch. My wireless router died, and I was not able to get online on my computer until I got that set up. So I was off of YouTube for about 10 days. Good morning, Lucas, if you're from the Netherlands. Good morning, Emerald. So that's why, and I've been doing this for 14 years. I've been in this is an industry. I've been in this industry now for 14 years. I haven't worked a job in over 9. And it's been late, and I've had days in this industry where I've made more money in a single day than I made in a whole month when I was still working a job. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Kristen. Joshua, I'm on YouTube, which you're on my account now. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on Facebook, but I don't use it that much. And I have accounts on the other platforms, but those are the 3 that I use the most. Today I'm live streaming on Instagram and YouTube, and I'd be live streaming on TikTok, but TikTok has blocked me and I can't go live again until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to go out and buy an iPad, and I'm going to be able, you do need it. If you're live streaming in multiple places, you need a device for each one. Yeah, actually, Joshua, it really, and video marketing is very, very powerful. But live streaming, you kind of crank it up a notch because you can live and interact with people. And TikTok, when people are getting on, they show you, and Instagram does the same thing. YouTube does not. Anybody that's on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, Gigi. Good morning, Nathan, Don, and I am, and I was talking about this yesterday, and I'll mention it today. And if you and there's tons of people out there that are really hurting, and with the SNAP benefits, most people, there are people working 2 or 3 jobs, struggling to make ends meet. I am offering a promotion right now to join me doing this. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the promotion because I start talking about that on TikTok, and that's what got me blocked. I've never offered this many bonuses for anybody that joins me. And this little promotion I'm doing, which you can get a ton of bonuses from me that I've never done before. It ends tonight at midnight. So if you want to check that out, go to my website, payudaily.com. If you're on my Instagram account, go to payudaily.com. Or if you go up to my profile, if you're on my Instagram account, there's a bio there. There's some writing. It says Earn with Linda Bomba. If you click that, that will take you to my website, payudaily.com. Watch the videos, read the page. That's my mentor in the videos. You'll get an email from me with a link in it that's got my free PDF. It's a 2-hour workday. It's a proven blueprint. My mentors used it to make $8 million last year. Thank you, Joshua. And check it out. If you've got questions, respond back to the email. If you want to know what the bonuses are I'm giving out, respond to the email. I check the my emails every day, but I've never done anything like this before. I'm not going to mention the bonuses or say anything because that's what Joshua, that's what got me blocked on TikTok. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Jimmy. And TikTok, TikTok can be such a pain in the backside. And I think I have a love-hate relationship with it. I do think for new people, TikTok is the easiest social media platform to learn. I've seen people in this industry that have never gotten any kind of results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. So I do think it's the easiest platform. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Dawn. Is it Dawn Marie? Most people, I do believe, when I say people, why are you on social media? Nobody wants to answer. I do believe most of you are on social media because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And another question I ask people, and most people don't want to answer this either, is how much time a day do you spend on social media? And I had 2 guys on TikTok over the last 2 weeks tell me they spend 6 hours a day on social media. And if you're scrolling, and I do think the scrolling is addictive, you can say you're only going to get on for 5 or 10 minutes. And then before you know it, that it's an hour, it's 2 hours, it's 3 hours. And those guys were being honest. They did have a couple other people. They didn't say how many hours they spend, but they say that they spend too much time on social media. I work about 3 hours a day. I spend an hour doing these live streams. Janet, if you want to learn more, you want to go to my website, payudaily.com. Put it in your browser, or you're on my Instagram account. You can go up to the top of my profile. There's a short bio there. There is a link in there that says Earn with Linda Bomba. Click on that. That'll take you to my website, which is payudaily.com. Put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, watch the 2 videos. That's my mentor. Look at the page. You'll get an email from me with a link with the PDF. You can click on the link. You can save it. And Joshua, the same thing. And if you're on YouTube, Joshua, I put my website in the comments there. If you're on YouTube and you don't comment, I can't see you. Put your email address in. You will get an email from me with a link with the PDF. That's free. That's yours to keep. Download and save it. That is a proven blueprint we're following. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. I'm on social media. My workday is about 3 hours a day because I'm on multiple platforms. I've been doing this for a long time. And I live stream. One of my hours of my 3 hours is live streaming. And I've been live streaming now for over 3 months now. Yesterday was the first day I started live streaming on Instagram, been live streaming on TikTok and YouTube for the last 3 months. I've been off of YouTube for the last 10 days because of the whole thing with my router. Good morning, Kristen. Good morning, Diane. But if you want to know more, because the truth is a lot of people are hurting. I've had people get on these live streams that I talk to. You're working multiple jobs. I did that at one point when I was still working a job. I worked 2 jobs, and actually I was putting myself through college. So I was not just working 2 hours a day. I was spending how many hours at night? I had to race out of work a couple nights a week to go sit in class. It's exhausting. And we have a woman in her group. Her name is Amy. She's a single mom. She was working two jobs to, just to make ends meet. One of them was a waitress job. I would think because you're on your feet, that's exhausting. I've never done that kind of work. But she started this. It's digital marketing. You make 100% profit. The payments come right to you. She's left both those jobs now. She's actually making more money doing digital marketing. And I mean, you're exhausted. And I know when I was doing it, if I did get a day off, I'd end up sleeping till like 4 o'clock because you're so tired. And anybody can do this. And I am offering these bonuses right now. If you want to, and I'm not gonna, because that's what got me, Joshua. That's what got me in trouble with TikTok. They didn't like what I was saying. So if you want to know more about what I'm doing in the bonuses expire at midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight, or 11:59 Standard Time, because it does cost me time and money to offer these bonuses. I've never offered bonuses like this before. So if you're interested, good morning, Craig. Good morning, Richard. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know why you're on social media. If you want to know more, go to payudaily.com. That is my website. Put your email address in, watch the videos. That's my mentor. Take the time to see what we're doing. Read the page. You will get an email from me that's got a link with the free PDF. That is the blueprint. That is the 2-hour blueprint we're using. You can download. You can save that. You can save that to your computer. That's yours to keep. Good morning, Anna. But that's it. And you can get this down to 2 hours a day. Now, if you're brand new, it's probably going to take you longer than 2 hours. Good morning, Debbie. Because when you're learning anything that you haven't done before, it takes you longer. The more you do it, the faster you get, the better you get. And I know when I started this somehow, and this was like August 14 years ago, I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. Somehow I knew people were making money on the internet. I think it was God telling me that. I went to Google. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF with how to set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have training. I didn't have a system. I was setting up the ads. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Tiny. Good morning, I am Art JR. What do people call you? Good morning, Merman Della. If I'm not saying that correctly, I apologize. But I spent a year doing that. I can save you time and money. You never want to send traffic to a replicated website. I didn't make any money. And I knew that I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do. You never want to send traffic to a replicated website or a sales page or just a website with information that's not going to convert. And you're only going to get one opportunity to talk to somebody. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Cindy. You want to get them to a website, get their email address, preferably give them away something for free. Good morning, Kat. And get them on your email list so you can keep talking to them. Now, it is possible. I do get some sales on first touch, but that's not typical. Good morning, Coach Hagan. Good morning, Ring. Good morning, Aiden. It is possible, but most people are going to have to see something multiple times. Good morning, Ruby. To give you a good example, I had somebody, she got on my email list in October of 2024. And I did talk to her a few times on TikTok in between that, but she ended up buying something me this past July. So, and we did talk a few times on TikTok in between that, but she was on my email list for 10 months. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Darlene. You want to be building an email list, you can use social media for free. There's over 5 billion people generating leads, getting people on your email list, building your email list, because that's the only thing you own. You can lose your social media accounts at any time, and nurturing the leads. And some people might buy right away, but most people are going to see something if they don't know you. If you're new to this, it may take you some time before you make any money. I don't know. You could make some money if you've got a social media account that you've got a following or an email list. Good morning, Barry. Good morning, Willie. You're ahead of somebody who's just starting out. And I didn't know anybody. You do need a mentor. You do need training, and you need a system. And I was just sending traffic. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Mario to a replicated website because you only have one opportunity to talk to that person. And once that person's gone, that's it. And your social media accounts, I've lost 10 TikTok accounts. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. Good morning, Jen. I had somebody hack my main Instagram account. They went shopping with my bank card. They ran ads. And then they deleted my account. I had 2 other accounts. Instagram suspended them. And then they did not rule in my favor. So I lost all 3 of those accounts. TikTok will give you community guidelines violations and block you for any number of things, and I lost 10 accounts over there. I did stay off of TikTok for quite some time, and then last June, I started posting 3 videos every day on TikTok and my Instagram account, and recently, I just broke 100,000 followers on TikTok. I got monetized. TikTok pays me to do these live streams. I'm close to 100,000 followers on Instagram. They stopped their monetization program. They used to pay you for the views you get on Reels. Now you do have to meet certain qualifications to apply for like that. Like TikTok, you got to have 10,000 followers and over 100,000 views over the last 30 days. Instagram, just to continue that program, they used to pay people for views in your Reels. Not sure why they discontinued it, but you do have to meet certain requirements. And once you meet them, then you can apply. And then if you get accepted, you can get, and you can, that's another way. The money I make from TikTok, it's another income stream. My mentors taught me that you can make multiple streams of income. You can have reoccurring income on the back end. This program and what I'm sharing with you, and I'm giving out a bunch of bonuses right now that teaches you how to do that. Good morning, Ravel World Travel. Good morning, D. Colson. And when I was still working a job, good morning, Angel, I never thought about having more than one stream of income. When I lost my job, that was my only source of income. I was screwed. I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have a partner to fall back on. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning, Late and Fox. Is that what people call you? Good morning, Karina. I never thought about that. And then when I got good morning, Judith, my mentor has taught me that. Because then if you have multiple, I have 9 streams of income right now. My mentor taught me that. Good morning, Katharina Clark. And if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. Good morning, John. Good morning, Mariella. Now, Instagram, when people are coming on, it's TikTok, it's just one person at a time. Instagram, they can bunch people and it can be more than one person. And they show me that when you're coming on YouTube. If you're on my live, and Joshua's commented, if you don't comment, I don't know that you're there. I can't shout you out. If you don't and you have to put something in the chat in the comments. YouTube does not show me that. Good morning, Paul. So I do online marketing. That's why I'm on social media, making money from home. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Andrew. Why are you on social media? Nobody really seems to want to answer that. I find that fascinating. The other question, and some people don't even want to say where they're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia. And how much time a day do you spend on social media? I spend about 3 hours, but my time is productive. I'm making money. And a lot of people are scrolling now. I am on multiple platforms. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Rob. I am on multiple platforms because I've been doing this a long time. I do recommend if you're starting, you want to pick one platform. Good morning, Brian. You want to pick something you like because if you don't like it, you're probably not going to stay on it. And do it until you master it. I do think TikTok is one of the easiest platforms. And I think at this point now, I have not used, it's probably only been a few years, 3 or 4 years, I started really using Instagram. And I really like Instagram. And Instagram has some features on it that all the other, like the one feature that Instagram has that you can't do on other platforms is they have highlights. So if you post a story on any other platform, it's gone in 24 hours. On Instagram, when you post a story, you can put it in your highlights and it stays there. You can't do that on other platforms. That's probably one of my favorite things about Instagram. I was bummed that they discontinued the monetization program because I've got reels on my Instagram account that I've gotten a lot of views on. I could have been making money from that, but they stopped that. And each platform's got, like, I am on Facebook. I've never really liked Facebook. I started with Facebook because I had an account there. A lot of that was family or friends or people I worked with. Good morning, Jolene. And I never really liked Facebook. Good morning, Ocean. Um, Facebook's more of a like a social, a social platform. A lot of people do that to connect with people, keep up with family and friends. And all the platforms are different. They all have algorithms. TikTok can be TikTok. I do think I have a hate relationship with TikTok. And I lost 10 accounts. One of them had over 200,000 followers, and that was because of community guidelines. Good morning, Deborah. TikTok is the only platform when you post a video that they've got somebody reviewing it before they actually post it, which no other platform does that. TikTok does some things that nobody else does. And in a sense, and the whole thing with TikTok being banned in the US, we still don't know about that. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Oh, that's me. Good morning, Jen. Um, Jen, you're asking, can you do this without posting your face identity? Yes, you can do faceless marketing. We have some training about that, and we have somebody in our group that she's actually done quite well with it with faceless. And I haven't done faceless. The other thing is you can do AI if you don't want to get on camera. Good morning, Liz. And I started learning AI in June. I bought a course, and the AI you create a twin. The course I got, shows you how to create an app. It's an AI twin is what they call it. And so I've done over 5,000 videos. My face is like all over the place, and I do these live streams. The other thing is you can do AI. You can learn that. Janet, if you're interested in digital marketing and you want to learn more, you want to go to my website, payudaily.com. You want to put your email address in. Um, Watch the 2 videos. That's my mentor. Read the page. You'll get an email from me that's got the link with my free PDF that it's the proven work 2-hour workday that we're doing. You can download and save it. That's yours to keep. If you have questions, respond back to the email. Now, I am offering some bonuses that ends actually tonight. I've been talking about that for the last couple of days. If you've got questions, respond back to that. If you want to know about the bonuses, respond back to the email. I've never offered this many bonuses, but if you're on my Instagram account, you can also go to my profile. There's a little bit of space at the top. My website's in there too. It says Earn with Linda Bomba. If you click on that, it'll take you to my website, payudaily.com. Joshua, that's good. I mean, a lot of people, and to answer this, it's Janet. Is it Janet that said, it's Janet, that she doesn't want to put her face on camera. A lot of people don't want to put their face on camera. I get that. And truthfully, good morning, Junior. Good morning, Carla. To be truthful with you, when I first started this, I swore I wouldn't get on camera. And at that time, good morning, Jeanette. At that time, I was in foreclosure. I had to get over that really quick. Your first videos are going to suck. It's just the way that it is. The more you do, the better you get at them. I mean, I had to make this work. I was out of work. I couldn't find a job. I was up to my eyeballs in debt. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was being hunted down. I was being sued. I had to make this work. So that whole thing with me getting on camera, I had to get over it really quick. Nikki, the website is payudaily.com. Actually, I'm going to put this on here. Or you can, if you're on my Instagram account, which most of you are, go to my bio. Actually, I might put this here. Pay you daily. It's all one word.com, or go to my profile. Now on my Instagram account, I just put bandit, and I'm not saying that correctly. You just jumped on. I just did put my website there, payudaily.com. I put it in the chat on YouTube too. I put it in you're welcome, Nikki. Check that out. Do your diligence. But the videos, there's 2 there. That's my mentor. She's made $8 million in the last 3 years using this blueprint I'm sharing with you. You will get an email from me with a link with the PDF. You can click on it. You can download and save that. That's yours to keep. And that outlines the blueprint we're using. Good morning, Renee. And it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks, but mastering it's going to take you longer. And like anything else in life, when you start doing something every day, you get really good at it. And you can get this down to 2 hours a day. And it's her blueprint. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Marcel. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. And it's so funny. Most people do not want to get on, for whatever reason. Some people don't even say where they're coming in from, why you're on social media. Good morning, Hairflow. Why they're on social media, how much time you spend on social media. And I had two guys over the last couple of weeks tell me that they spend 6 hours a day on social media. Why not get paid for it? You can learn, if you learn how to use social media correctly, you can turn your profile into an ATM. You can turn your phone into an ATM. Now, most of the things I do on my phone. Oh, Hairflow, you're in Philadelphia. So I live outside Philadelphia. Um, you can learn how to do that. Now, I'm on multiple platforms, and I live stream. And actually, I'm going to go by, I don't know, in the next couple days or a week or what. So I'm going to get an iPad so I can live stream. You do need physical devices to live stream in 3 places. And Jen, you're from California. Good morning, Clyde. To live stream on, now I can't live stream today on TikTok because they blocked me the other day, and I can't live stream again until tomorrow at 10 a.m. because I was talking about the bonuses. I was saying how much the bonuses are. I'm not going to say that. If you want more information about the bonuses, go to my website, payudaily.com, put your email address in. You will get an email from me. Respond back to the email if you've got questions or you want to know about the bonuses. And I will tell you, because I've never done this much in bonuses. And when I offer bonuses like this, it does cost me time and money. So it's not something I'm going to do over a long period of time. So, Janet, you say, I'm also on Instagram with an account for my dog, which is growing. Right, Jen, and people, and I mean, you can use social media for anything. I'm a dog lover. I don't have a dog right now. There's tons of people, there's breeders on Instagram that they're using, a- about their breeding service, or people. There's one woman who I just think her dog is really cute. I think he's a golden doodle, that you can showcase your dog. And if and there's people that, I mean, people want to be entertained or educated, or if you can do both. Um, and if somebody's a dog lover, you're going to get a lot of traffic on that. If you're posting dog pictures about your dog, and if people find your dog to be really cute, and you can also you could put some a link in there. I don't know if Pet Chewy has. I mean, you want to learn how to use it correctly, because if you're not using social media correctly, you're probably not going to get what you want out of it. But if you wanted to promote dog products, I don't know if Chewy has an affiliate link. It's affiliate marketing, and most companies. I'll just comment about that. Chewy, they probably 80% of companies have an affiliate program. You could go to their website and sign up to be an affiliate. But the reason I don't do that, and you can, is, and Walmart has one, Target, Amazon, Nike, Adidas, is they're only going to pay you 1 to 5%. So if you wanted to even make an extra $500 a month, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales for that. There's tons of affiliate programs out there, and it's free to join, like Amazon, Target, they're all free to join. If they accept you, they don't approve everyone. They'll send you a link, that if anybody buys anything through your link, and it's typically 1 to 5%. There's affiliate programs you can join that they typically pay 20 to 40%. They do give you training, and then the person you sign up with should you and that, when I'm and I've done affiliate marketing, and give you mentoring, because you can't do this by yourself, but you can do that. But you're missing a lot of things. First off, you're only going to make 1 to 5%, and it's on average. If you wanted to make $500 a month, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to make that. That's one thing. The second thing is, you're just sending, and I was just talking about that. And I did this for a whole first year when I did this. You're just sending to people to a page, where you have one opportunity to talk to them, and then when they're gone, that's it. You're not getting them on your email list. You do need a tool called an autoresponder. You want to build an email list because you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. And if you're not getting people on a list, then they're gone. And most people are not going to buy something on First Touch. Now, I do get sales on First Touch. I don't get a lot of them. That is possible, but people have to see something multiple times. So if you're promoting, when like Chewy I don't know, Chewy probably has an affiliate program. If somebody buys something through your link, you're not going to have any opportunity to keep talking to them. And then as you get customers and you start building an audience, then people buy. Customers that have bought from me repeatedly, more than one thing. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Trish. You're not you don't own your social media account, so you could lose them at any time. You do own your email list, which you want to get people on your email list so you can nurture that email list, and keep talking to them. And to give you a good example, good morning, Trish. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Angela. To give you a good example of that, I had a woman who got on my email list last October 2024, from my TikTok account. I did talk to her a few times in between that, and then she bought something from me in July. So she was on my email list for 10 months before she bought something. And I typically average like 900 a sale. So if I get 12 sales in a month, that's over $10,000 in a month. It's way easier to get 12 sales a month than it is to get hundreds. And a lot of people make that mistake. You start promoting something that's low ticket. And yeah, I have some stuff that's low ticket, but I don't put that out on my social media accounts. And my mentor, that's another thing I've learned from my mentor, um, in this program. And it just takes, even if you want to make an extra $500 a month, you'd have to get hundreds of sales. And it's a lot easier to get like 10 or 12. If you sell something that's $1,000 per sale, then you make 10 sales, that's $10,000 a month. And I've talked about that on these live streams. It's not that hard to make $10,000 in a month. I've had some months I've made more than 10,000. Um, and that's what this industry can do for you. And if you just want to make like an extra 500 or $1,000 a month, if you've got something you're averaging, eight, 900, $1,000 of sales, you only have to get one or two sales. And that's way easier than having to get tons of them. And I did a video. It is on my Instagram account. It's pinned on my TikTok account. That video's got 2.2 million views and over 42,000 comments. Good morning, Sabrina. And I'm talking about Adidas's affiliate program. It's the same thing with their program. I mean, 80% of companies have affiliate programs. Affiliate marketing has been around for decades. It's not new. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. I've done network marketing. All of them, you're sharing profits with the company. Network marketing, if you make money, the person you signed also makes money. So you're sharing with two people there. Good morning, Ann. And when I was doing high ticket, good morning, Maina. When I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing, I had somebody who came through my link. What she bought was $25,000. So I made 27%, which I like 100% a lot better. That was $6,200 I made. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That was great. That's more money than I ever made in a day. That's more money than I made in a month when I still work in a job. However, that was an affiliate program. The company made over 18,000 off of that sale from me. It was my effort. It was all my effort. They didn't do anything. And when I started thinking about it with digital marketing, it's master resale rights. In fact, I posted a video on Instagram and TikTok about explaining what master resale rights are. You buy the resale rights to sell other people's products and services, and then you earn a commission. And it's 100%. Now, most of the programs, the one I'm in, is 100%. There are a few out there that it's like 80 or 90%, but I'd rather make that, like 100% than typically affiliate marketing, network marketing are pay you 20 to 40%. There's a few out there that pay more than that. Some pay 50%. There's one that pays 80%, but you're selling like a $25 product that you make 20 bucks off of. So even if you wanted to make $500 a month, you're going to have to get a bunch of sales every month to make that. And I just don't think that's worth it. Good morning, Dana and Salem. Good morning, Luce. Good morning. Yeah, some of you are sending requests to join my live. I'm not gonna bring you on. Joshua, there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, if you have a name, let me know. And actually, I am going to be joining one that's it's pretty high ticket. I mean, there's low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket. And I did a coaching program that's what the product is. It's a coaching program, learning Instagram that you can make, well, about 900 to 1,000 a sale on the front end thing. That's where the one I was just telling you about, and that's a high ticket affiliate program that the woman bought She bought from me, it was $25,000 and I made 40, not 42%, I made 27%, as in that program, like that particular thing. And then there's another one that's actually, I think it's $75,000 if somebody buys that. And that's a very elite coaching program that I didn't get any sales for that. I got one for the 25,000. You're making 27%, which is 6,200. There's a lot of them out there. Um, but and I have another one if you wanna look at that, that it's high ticket affiliate marketing. It has a low ticket. If you want to look at that, I can give you the link. It's a low ticket on the front end, and then on the back end, you can make anywhere from one, 2,000, $3,000 depending on what the person gets. And I've been involved with that program I joined that, it launched in 2017, and I've made my share of money with that. I just, in terms of social media and where I focus the most on, I stopped doing affiliate marketing because in that program that pays you, it's somewhere around 40%. And that's typically where most of them are, high ticket affiliate programs. I don't know many that pay more than like 20 to 40%. That one that I was telling you about, it's got something low ticket on the front end, and then there's products on the back end. You can make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 is high ticket. So you're only gonna make, and that one's like 40%. So if somebody buys something, say that's $2,000, you're gonna make, say 40%. You'll make, my math is horrible. You'll make probably about 8 or $900 off of that. And I don't have my calculator here, but there's a few out there that are 50% and very few that, are over, and actually, I don't know one that you can make $1,000 or more that's over 50%. The company, there's work the company has to do. Good morning, Mercy. Good morning, Loretta. Good morning, Nabila. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. So yeah, you can decide what you want to do. And that's why I stopped. And I did network marketing. And truthfully, I promoted a company for like a year or so. I personally signed, and that they did pay you 50% the commissions. I personally signed over 350 people, and I was prospecting, and that works using Facebook. I got completely burned out. I think the most I made with doing that is $3,000. Now, network marketing's harder. If you want to make a lot of money, if you want to make 6 or 7 figures with network marketing, you have to have duplication. So you need somebody under you that's bringing in a lot of people. I had one guy that I didn't sign him up, but he was on my team. He was bringing a bunch of people in, but I found out he would do that. He did that for 6 weeks. He joined something new every 6 weeks. So he was gone. Good morning, Sands. Good morning, Spider Queen. Good morning, KP. It is harder to build because you do need duplication with network marketing, and affiliate marketing, you don't. So good morning, Christine. Good morning, Doug. Good morning. I'm not even going to try that one. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from, and that there are different business models. There's something else besides those three that people do. And I do have some of my own products, is they promote their own products or services. Now, a lot of people do coaching, and they're using social media to get exposure. They could do coaching, teaching people how to make money online. There's people doing coaching for people who want to lose weight loss, because you do want to pick something in the three biggest niches, which the three biggest niches are the wealth, make money online niche, that's my niche, the health, fitness, weight loss, and then the dating relationship niche. Those niches are all, they're all evergreen. They're not oversaturated. And I've had some people get on some of these live streams that want to do coaching, like say for personal development. That doesn't really sell that well. You can try it, but you want to make sure that you're promoting something that's in high demand. Because if people don't want to, good morning, Christine. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, Wellworth. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If it's not in high demand, then you're probably going to have a hard time selling it. And you could do something about gardening, but if you're going to do that, I would go do some research to see how much, the demand there is. And I had one guy that came on, he wanted to set up a YouTube channel doing personal development. Good morning, Marie. Good morning. Is it Vimo? you may not, I mean, there's just, if it's not a demand for it, you want something in high demand, preferably somebody you're going to make 100% profit. I know me just going from sharing and making like 20 to 40%, doing 100% profit, that just put more money in my pocket immediately. Good morning, Victor. Good morning, Tom. So there are different business models. And I do have some of my own products. If you're going to do your own products or services, like the products, good morning, Tom, you have to make the product, and then you're doing customer service. With digital marketing, you get you buy the resale rights. You don't have to make the product. You don't have to do the customer service. That's all done for you. Good morning, Lord. Good morning, Canberra. Good morning, Ravik. Good morning, Lily. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So if you are going to do, and if it's coaching, you're exchanging time for money. And I like passive income. I like waking up to that I've made money, or going along into my account and found out that I've made money. Josh, you were saying, how do I research demand? Um, you can go to Google. I would start with Google and do a search of whatever it is, and see what kind of, see if there's a lot of, how many hits you get. I mean, because the more if something that's in a demand, there's more people out there doing it. Trying to think if there's any websites. There's not. I mean, there's not a quick way just to go someplace and look at what's in demand. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Squirrel. Good morning, Nabil. Good morning, Barbie. I mean, if you've got something that you're interested in, ask me, because I might be able to tell you off the top of my head, or I may know somebody that could. I mean, it'd be a resource. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Carolyn. But I do recommend to people, if you're trying to pick something, you want to be in those three niches, because they are evergreen. They're not oversaturated. And the thing, like with the person asking me about personal development, I do know personal development just doesn't sell that well to begin with. And that doesn't really fall under one of those niches. Good morning, Caroline. Good morning, Nikki. And if you end up, you're trying to promote something and there's, nobody's really interested in it, it's, and you can try it, but you might end spending 6 months or whatever, um, working on it and not getting a result. And the thing with, I mean, people, you can use social media for anything. And one of the things why what I do is so popular, and we've got over 57,000 people in our group. You have to learn, if you're going to do this, you got to learn how to use social media. Now, you don't have to promote it, but if you don't know, if you're trying to promote something and you don't know how to use social media, you're not going to get the results that you want. And there's a lot of people. Good morning, Bella Linsa. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Maria. To use social media correctly. And there's a lot of people that they're not using social media correctly. They're not setting their profiles up correctly. There's a lot of people spamming. And if you're spamming on any platform, you can get blocked or banned from that platform because they don't like it. And if you're taking a link to anything, and I have people do this to me, I just block people. If you do this, you're going to get blocked from my account wherever you are. If you're posting, tagging somebody on some of my content, this live stream, a video, putting a link to anything, private messaging me, sending me a link to a video website, I do immediately block people. I put too much work into this to put up with that. And there's a lot of people out there doing this. Nikki, if you want to learn more about what I do, you want to go to my website. I did put it in the chat here. It's payudaily.com. Probably the easiest thing is you're on my Instagram account, go to the top of my account. There's a bio there and there's some writing in there. There's a link. It says Earn with Linda Bomba. That's my website. Click on it. It will take you to payudaily.com. Put your email address in, watch the 2 videos. That's my mentor. Read the page, get information about what we're doing. You'll get an email from me with a link in it that has my free PDF. You can download that and save it to your computer. That's yours to keep. And then if you've got questions, respond back to the email. Now, I am offering some bonuses that expires tonight at midnight. If you want to know more about the bonuses, respond back to the email. I'm not going to talk about this on here because TikTok blocked me for it. So Nikki's asking, do you have coach individuals on learning to make money online? And if you do, how can I get involved in your coaching program? If you want me, and it's well, there's mentoring and coaching, and people kind of lump the two together. They're the same, but they're not. if you want to be mentored by me, take a look at the program. If you want private coaching, respond to an email because that's going to cost you a lot more money. I'll just tell you that. I've had a number of people I've hired to personally coach me. That's there, and I have done some of that. You're working one on one with me versus a group. Because mentoring is in a group, it's not one on one time. That's a lot more money. I paid people as much as $10,000 to work with them privately. If you are interested in that, respond back to the email, and I can. And I do. I mean, and I do agree with this. It's a commitment, more not just a money commitment, but more of a time commitment. Because you can't. Anytime I've hired people to work with me personally, it's at least 6 months. A year is really better because you can't. I mean, you really can't work with somebody and coach them for a short period of time, because I mean, there's a lot to learn, and you have somebody. And when I've hired a number of different people to coach me privately, to look at my stuff, and then I got one-on-one time with them. We get on the phone or Zoom or something, because and mentoring you're not going to get that one-on-one time, and in a group. I know the program and it's interactive. My mentor gets on Zoom, does a training every week, and she'll stay on, and there could be hundreds of people in that to get your question answered. And I have seen her stay on till she answers all the questions, but there's other people on there. You're not going to get a lot of time. I mean, you can't, because that's for a group thing. You can't like ask them a bunch of questions. I mean, if you've got one or two, and I've seen her stay on. And I know when I started, I was broke. I didn't have that kind of money to really get around somebody and work with me one on one. So the coaching, yeah, and that it does work. It does cost you more time and money. I would ask somebody to at least commit to 6 months. A year's better because doing it over a short term amount of time is no good. If you want more information about that, though, get on my email list. Go to payyoudaily.com, Nikki. Reply back to my email, say you want more information about it, and I can give you more. I'm not gonna get into details too if anybody wants the bonuses because TikTok blocked me. I'm not gonna say that. Joshua, you were saying, how do you start your own email list? You need a tool, Joshua, called an autoresponder. Um, and there's a bunch of them out there. Now if you want to, the one I use, that most of them, they will let you start with free. The one I use, it gives you up to 2,000 subscribers for free. If you want to, and you can set up an account for free. Then you need to get set up and the one I use, you can make capture pages, you can build your email list, you can make, I think you put a blog on there. It does a lot of things because you need to make a website or capture page to get the person's email address to get them on your email list. And then you can attach to that emails that you send out automatically. But you need an autoresponder. And like I used Aweber for years. Aweber gives you up to 500 for free. But last December, they basically were doubling what I was paying. And once you get with any of them, once you get past that threshold, Aweber's 500. The one I use now, it's 2,000. You have to start paying for it. It's an asset. If you want to, I don't have the link with me, but if you want to start a free account with that, they do have some tutorials on there. About how to set it up, and you're going to need to learn. And they have tutorials on that too to set up a website, a page. If you go to my website, payyoudaily.com, you can see there's some people on it. There's writing, and there's a space for people to put their email address. That's called a capture page, a landing page, a squeeze page. They're all the same thing, but they're called different things. Where you get the person to give you their email address, and then they get on your email. And that's what you want to put on when you're using social media. You want to send people to that. And I did that for a whole year because I didn't know any better, and I was paying for traffic. I was sending people to a replicated website. You never want to do that. But if you want to take a look and create, it's free. Send me an email. Get on my email list, payyoudaily.com, and I will send you the link. You can create an account. But you do need, that's where you need an autoresponder to start building an email list. And that is the only thing you own. And that's one of the things the program, and we teach you how to build an email list. If you want some more help after that, respond to the email. I might have some YouTube videos, but it's not, I mean, you need to get it set up, but then as you get going, and if you don't know There are tutorials there if you don't know how to build a landing page. It's a landing page, a squeeze page, a website, the capture page, they're all the same thing. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Backtick Lab. Good morning, Chief Red. Good morning, Ada. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. And you do and I do see, Joshua, I do see people on social media. I see people running some paid ads, and there was one guy he ran a solo ad, and he was sending traffic to a sales page. He's missing out. And yeah, he did get a sale. You could get a sale. He's missing out on getting all those leads because you want to get to the point where you're generating leads every single day. Because I know I get leads every day coming in, and you're always going to get people that unsubscribe every day. I think it's an automated process because the people that are unsubscribing, I mean, not I'm probably not the right person. I mean, because some people do that. If you have a freebie, you'll get a lot more. I do recommend you give a freebie out. It's not that hard to make one because you'll get more leads that way. You're giving a freebie out. Like I have a free PDF. People I'm exchanging, giving away that PDF for free in exchange for people's email addresses. So that's why that's you need an autoresponder. A lot of people, when I first started, and I got on after I was doing this for a year, I got on Facebook. The people I was meeting were telling me you don't need an autoresponder if you're going to do this. You do need an autoresponder. I mean, it's out of all the tools I have, it is the most essential tool. Um, you can't, and if you're just using social media and you're not building an email list, you don't want to do that because that's the only thing you really own. I mean, I actually had a Facebook group that I had over 60,000 people in, and Facebook deleted it. Good morning, MS Sal Malik. What do people call you? Good morning, Contera. What do people call you? Good morning, Betty. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Queen. That's just what I'm going to call you. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Christina. How much time a day do you spend on social media? Today, no one's answered that. I spend about 3 hours a day on social media. And I have a business. Okay, Joshua, that's good. That's probably, but I do it. Do check them every day. I am actually when I'm done this live stream. I'm going. I've got some errands. I'm going to go vote. Who's voting today? Good morning, Christina. If you live in the U.S., that's our only voice. And with all the stuff going on in the world today, that is our only voice. Good morning, Move. Tina, Move. Good morning, K. 1956. I'm not going to read out all those numbers. What do people call you? Good morning, Daling, not 592. Good morning, Janice. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home. Where are you coming in from? I live on the East Coast of the United States. And how much time a day do you spend on social media? I spend about 3 hours a day, but I'm doing a business. In fact, TikTok pays me for these live streams when I'm posting content that makes me money. Christina, you're from Romania. Okay, you're the first person I think on my live from Romania, and I had over the last couple of weeks. I had two different people from Ethiopia. This is global, so you can, how many people that you can reach doing this. Good morning, Carol. This is global, so you can actually do this anywhere. But you're voting. Way to go, Joshua. I mean, I know where I live, there's 3 justices that we really want to keep keep them there. I used to live in New Jersey, and today it is a vote for a governor's race because New Jersey's they need a new governor. Good morning, Easter. Good morning, Stein. There's some key things around the country depending on where you live. Yeah, so let me know, you guys. Let me know where you're coming in from. Anybody got any questions? Joshua's been asking me a bunch of them. That's great. Thank you, Joshua. I'm here to help people, and I am offering some bonuses that expire tonight. I'm trying to, and I can't. These bonuses cost me time and money, so it's not something I can do all the time. And I'm not going to go into the bonuses because that's what got me blocked on TikTok. But I've never done this before and offered so many bonuses. We've got less than 60 days left of this year. Good morning, Stein. Good morning, Miner. Or Minor, right. That we're this year's almost gone. I mean, today's November 4th. We've got less than 60 days left. And a lot of you, good morning, Wendy. You're looking, I mean, you wouldn't be on social media. You wouldn't, and those of you on my email list, you wouldn't be on my email list if you weren't looking for something. I know that to be true. Good morning, Zita. Good morning, Wendy. If I said good morning, because TikTok and Instagram, they show me, I can see people when they're coming on. You wouldn't be on social media, and I don't know why. For some reason, most people don't want to admit. I mean, I think you're either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And you can learn how to use social media. There's over 5 billion people on social media every single day. Um, Good morning, Eastal. Good morning, Franny. Franny Joe Quirco. I'm not saying that correctly. Good morning, ES. Um, I'm here every day. Now, this has been a little bit mixed up with me. I haven't been on YouTube for over 10 days. Now, I haven't been on TikTok for a few because of, well, my router dying, and then TikTok blocked me. I can't live stream until I think it's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Good morning, Paula. Um, but I am typically here at 10 a.m. Eastern. I think I'm going to go out and buy an iPad that I can live stream on all three of these places at once: TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Because you do, if you're live streaming in more than one place, yeah. And I do have streaming software. The cool thing about it on YouTube is when this is done, YouTube automatically uploads this to my channel. It becomes a piece of content. Uh, Instagram only keeps the live streams, the recordings for 30 days, and TikTok, I think it's 60. Um, and I don't even think TikTok records the whole thing. I think they record it in like segments, which, I mean, the whole thing isn't recorded. Good morning, Barbara. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So I've been off of TikTok now for a couple days, and I was off of YouTube for a couple too. Good morning, Donna. So if you want, I mean, if anybody want to, like, if you want to honestly admit how much time you spend a day. And I've had two guys, you're a nail addict, good morning, admit to me that they spend 6 hours a day on social media. I have a business and I don't spend that much time, and my time's productive. I'm making money. I do think it can get addicting. You could say you're only going to get on social media for a few minutes, like 15 minutes, and then it turns into 30 minutes, and then it turns into a half an hour. So I do think it's addicting. Good morning. You're from Eastal. You're from Tanzania. Tanzania. I'm not saying that. Tanzania. I'm not gonna say it. I do. I get people from all over the world. I've had two different people from Ethiopia, Nigeria, South Africa, the United Kingdom, Canada. I've got a customer from Sweden. This is truly global. Good morning, Joanne. And some of what's cool, since I've been doing this, there's some people I've met. And one woman I met her on Facebook. She was from Denmark. I actually met her at a live event. So and COVID kind of squashed a lot of the live events. And they're offering them virtually now. You spend minor VY. You say you spend an hour, and you're scrolling. I mean, that's what most people do. And yeah, there's a ton of things, a ton of information you can consume. But if you're spending that much time on social media, why not getting paid for it? And in particular, those two guys that told me they're each spending 6 hours a day. That's a couple women comment. They said they spend too much time way too much time. They didn't say how much, but there's a lot of people, and I do think it's addicting because there's so much material. There's so much you can consume. Um, So good morning, Alma. Good morning, IR Free Brianna. Is that what people call you? People don't always, if you're doing what I'm doing or you're promoting anything, and especially if you've got your own products or services, you really want to brand yourself. And there's a lot of people that aren't setting their accounts up correctly. I know I posted a video on Instagram and TikTok about that, how to set up your profile correctly. Good morning, Janice, because you want to optimize it. And the people, good morning, Gloria, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day, but the people that are really successful here, it's because they had a burning desire to change their life. And for me, I mean, I had to make this work, and I shared on here a woman that's in our group. Her name is Amy. You binge all day? Okay. She was working 2 jobs. She's a single mom. She couldn't, struggling to make 2 ends meet. She was exhausted, didn't have any time to spend with her kids or her family. She started this digital marketing. That's what we're doing. And now she's left both those jobs and she's actually making more money doing this than she was at those jobs. And I've done that. I mean, I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And I know I had times in my life when I was working 2 jobs. I worked a full time and a part time job, and I was in school at night. And even when I had a day off, I was exhausted. There were days I was sleeping till 4 o'clock. I mean, it is exhausting. And there's another guy that got on my TikTok live that he told me he's a trucker and he works 2 jobs. And there's some people even working 3 jobs because they can't make ends meet. And this whole thing with the SNAP benefits, I know when I go to the grocery store, I could go and buy the same thing the next week and it costs more than it did the week before. I mean, the only thing that's gone down in price right now is gas. It's not costing as much to fill your car with gas. But food, whether you're doing food shopping, I mean, we went out to dinner, a friend of mine and I last weekend, and this was this restaurant we haven't been to. And it's bring your own bottle if you want alcohol. But the dinner for two, it's an Italian restaurant. The food was so good. I mean, I want to go back there, but for 2 people, it was $90. We went out to a movie, and the tickets were about $14 each. So that's over $100 for 2 people for a night out. And that's a lot. I mean, you could go to the movies and like a matinee for like $5 at one point. You can't do that anymore. But dinner for 2 people and a movie for 2 people was over $100. And a lot of people can't, and that's just the night out. That's not anything elaborate. And it's food. I mean, the entree I got, it was a special they're having. It was so good. It was $24. So, I mean, and a lot of people can't do that. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning, Belinda. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If anybody has any questions, I am over an hour now, so I'm going to end this in about a minute. But if you're interested in the bonuses and what we're doing, the bonuses do end tonight at midnight, 11:59 Eastern time. Go to payudaily.com. If you're on my Instagram account, go to my bio. There's a domain name, Earn with Linda Bomba. Click that. That will take you to my website, Pay You Daily. Put your email address in. Look over the information. The 2 videos, that's my mentor. Read the page. You'll get an email from me with a link for the PDF with the blueprint we're using. You can download and save it. That's yours to keep. If you got questions, respond back to the email. If you want to know about the bonuses, respond to the email. I'll be back again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. I appreciate you guys getting on.